We're here with the new champ, Mark Churchill. No surprise. I mean, probably one of the toughest guys in Pittsburgh, at least in his division. I think until proven wrong, anyhow. Is there anything about your fight that you thought was going to go differently?
He didn't expect to get kicked in the nuts.
I didn't. Well, you never know. I mean, he kicked me in the nuts, so I kicked him in the nuts. I felt it was unfair that we exchanged nut shots. You know, you get one for free anyway, so you might as well use it, right? It's like,
actually, that's not true. The commission does list this. It was on.
No, you know, I thought I'd get the finish. I don't know.
You dropped him a couple times.
Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't get the finish. It's tough. You know? My corner, Justin Wilkins, the guillotine was going to be there, and I fell back for it, but I didn't throw the leg up in time. I don't know. I thought I'd get the finish. I didn't. I'm a little disappointed that I wasn't able to get the finish, but you know, I'll be back. Hopefully, maybe I get the call up. If not, I'll be ready to go for Pinnacle in November.
If you don't get the call up, who do you want to fight next?
I don't call anybody out. I mean, there's a ton of 45ers that I can fight. So whoever Dave Click calls me and gives me the name, I'm going to fight. I'm DTF, down to fight.
I like that a lot. And you don't look any worse for the wear. I mean, you legitimately look like you can fight really soon.
Yeah, he didn't really catch me or anything. You know, my coach told me to keep my hands up, check his punches. I kept checking his lead hand and coming over top with the hook, and I think that's what dropped him a couple times. And I think I dropped him right in the second. So I don't know what you got to do to get a 10-8. I think I dropped him twice in the third and couldn't get a fucking 10-8.
Were you more worried?
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I couldn't remember if you dropped him 2 or 3 times, but I knew there were several knockouts.
Yeah, man, whatever. You know, one of his promoters from Coliseum Combat said that I was afraid to stand for my last fight, which I'm like, I struck right out of Mel too. So I don't know what that guy's smoking. Really crack. That's what I was insinuating. And he's smoking crack. Thinks I can't do any stand up. I got the best stand up coach around. Bob Beast.
We just had him on camera too. We were just asking him questions about you.
Oh, Boss.
Yeah, we asked what you wanted for Christmas. We asked what you got for Christmas. You know, stuff like that.
Bob's a solid dude.
Yeah,
Called me 6 times yesterday while I was mid-weight cut for no apparent reason. It's fucked up, Bob.
Were you more focused on his jiu-jitsu game or his striking game? Because I know he's a well-known jiu-jitsu fighter.
I didn't know that, actually. I had no idea. I thought he was a boxer wrestler, so when I watched his fights, you know, I seen him throw some spinning shit.
Spinning shit, Nick Diaz. And I was just saying, he's my hero.
I'm not a big fan of spinning shit. But he was throwing it, whatever. I just, you just step back. I usually miss one. Kind of silly.
Who do you want to give a shout out to?
My wife who's over there, she won't come on camera.
That's fine.
Love her. My little daughter Aubrey, we'll probably watch this video together and she'll continue to yell Dad, Dad, or Mark. She just call me Mark, she thinks it's funny. It's messed up. Give her a shout out. All my friends and family, all my sponsors. I guess that's it.
All right, well, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me
on. Go have a couple beers, man.
We're going to do some Jaeger bombs, some redheaded sluts. Maybe my wife lets me Christy Max here at cheerleading, maybe a lap dance. I don't know.
Whatever works, right? Hey, thank you so much, man. I'll go let you in since you got your belt.
Appreciate it.
Let's go. Welcome to the Cage Nation. Welcome to the Cage Nation. Welcome to the Cage Nation. No one can drop us, no one can stop us. We are the warriors, no one can top us, no one can rock us. We are the warriors, no one can drop us, no one can stop us. We are the warriors, no one can top us, no one can rock us. We are the warriors.
Here I am, Rob Lynn, with
Pat Johnston.
On behalf of Cage Nation TV, we're covering Pinnacle Fighting Championships Series 8. Took place in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania at the Isoplex. First contest of the night was an amateur matchup between Jerron Henderson and Matthew Falk. Go ahead and talk us through the action.
Matt Falk was constantly on the aggression. He had more takedowns. He was landing. He was controlling the strikes all throughout the fight. Henderson's best round, I think, was round 2. Although he had a low blow in that round, and he hit a nice spinning back fist. I think throughout it all, Falk worked harder, and he was definitely the one that had the more aggression and working in.
We got Matt Falk picking up the UD win on that one, and I'm sure you're going to see both of these guys back on the circuit real soon. In the second matchup of the night, we have John Kaufman taking on Omo Osagi. I'm not going to try and butcher the name. But here's what happened. Round one, you had Osagi clobbering Kaufman. Heavy strike standing. Kaufman really wasn't getting into his groove. No real good head movement there. And much to our surprise, Osagi took Kaufman down. You know, if I'm fighting Kaufman, I'm not going for the takedown. I would have kept the success on the feet.
I think after his last win against Josh Lear, even though he had a loss in between that, I think he got a little more comfortable with the ground. He does have an underrated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game, but it didn't work out for him. He got caught with a knee bar in 56 seconds in round two.
Oh, round two, yeah. And that's what happened.
It was a slick knee bar. Nobody could see it coming. I mean, he really got it. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, we were cage side for that action, and it went on quick. He tapped, we're looking, and it's like, oh wow, you know, it was on tap very quick. So you have Kaufman picking up the submission win, 56 seconds of round number two. Next matchup, we got Malik Epperson against Vladimir Jean-Philippe. Much like the name, it almost sounds like he was going for the Jean-Claude Van Damme style win. Unanimous decision victory for Epperson. However, moments of glory in round three for Vladimir.
If he could have put it together, if he would throw more than a one punch or a one kick combination, he may have knocked him out. They were both so dead tired, and at the end of that round, if he would have hit him more than twice, I think he would have fell.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% with that. We were looking, and you could see the kick coming a mile away. And what looked interesting to us is we did see a head kick land in that round.
Yep.
Photograph evidence proves that one. So we have Epperson picking up the unanimous decision victory, 29-28 by the judges' scorecard. We got the lumberjack, Rudolph, coming into this one. I'm going to take a look at my cheat sheet here, and that is going to be Brandon Eckert, his opponent. Greg Rudolph, Brandon Eckert. Talk to us about this one.
Greg Rudolph came out looking like the Incredible Hulk. I mean, I've never seen
You thought he was that small?
He made Tyler look...
Tyler Updike.
Tyler Updike, they made him look puny. This guy was huge for his weight. He came out, I think it was less than a minute into the round, threw one big haymaker that connected.
You can hear it.
I was told, it wasn't on the record, that the kid's jaw was broken two places. That would not surprise me at all.
Oh, with the size of him and the amount of power he had coming out of there. And for those of you who don't know, who Pat mentioned, his name's Tyler Updike. He's a fighter in the local circuit here. One of his fights, he comes out, we got a photo of him, he looks like Leonidas from 300. And Greg Rudolph, the lumberjack, he comes out even bigger. Physical specimen, throwing heavy bombs. We're talking about it longer than the fight took place. Minute, 8 seconds, round one, KO victory. Zach Forrester, Cortland Woodward. Let's talk about a controversial split decision there.
I saw it 2-1 the other way. That's just me. I think he was more aggressive, and I think he ran a lot more, controlled the match a lot more. I think, but I'm not the judge. It's Pennsylvania.
That's right. Well, I think we have one of the best athletic commissions in the country. We have great judges, and split decision, you know, it's an opinion. And I think if you're a fighter and you lose a split decision, that's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth. And if you win one, you know, you're going to be enjoying the win, but there's going to be that question. Well, you know, they didn't think I won. So we got Woodward picking up split decision victory in round 4. I'm not sure if I can pronounce this one right. Rendero, and Matt Hester. Split decision victory, Hester taking the belt.
Yeah, I would say so. I think Hester, I would have thought it was unanimous decision. I thought for sure he controlled the action. I mean, yeah, he got taken down the first round, but after that he got back up and he beat the dog snot out of him the whole time. I mean, he pushed aggression, he controlled the match, he had submission attempts that round. In my eyes, he did enough to win that whole thing. I thought for sure he would have had a unanimous decision. I'm
going to agree with you on that one. I was thinking unanimous decision. Maybe that first round, you know, they left an impression in the eyes. When he got that takedown, he was on top for a while. But hey, what can you say? Hester picks up the belt, new champion, split decision victory. Ethan Goss, Jake Schilling. Talk about a pace set with that fight.
I'll tell you what, they went fast, they went hard, they went furious. I think that Schilling had the plan. I mean, yeah, Ethan got a bum take on it. When he took down, he did curl his hand back. We saw his hand, it was screwed up.
Oh, his knuckle looked about that much larger on his hand.
No offense to Ethan, I don't think your hand would have stopped you from getting out of that triangle. I think that triangle was on tie. I think that's all it was to it.
Do you think that maybe the triangle occurred in round number 2, and we had Schilling winning the first round too, so he controlled the fight, clear up to the submission. But do you think that his hand not hurt would have led him into that triangle?
Yeah.
You think that that wasn't his night?
It wasn't Ethan's night. If anybody saw the fight and it was there, that wasn't Ethan Goss. That's not the Ethan Goss that fought Lenny Caron. That's not the Ethan Goss that fought Complete Devastation. That wasn't it. He wasn't there.
Yeah,
It really wasn't.
And
we look forward to seeing him back and getting in the right mind frame. That was not Ethan's night.
And we did speak to him after the fight, and he was eyeing hopefully a soon return, but he was thinking possibly November if he can't get the hand cleared sooner.
CDD MMA and out there.
All right. Hey, get well, Ethan. Sorry about the loss. You'll get him next time. Jake Schilling wins round 2, submission triangle choke. Let's talk about Poindexter. You gonna make fun of him?
I wouldn't let the name fool you. Kid's a beast. You know what I mean? He pulled that armbar pretty much out of nowhere. I mean, the kid. I think he won the first round anyhow. But
yeah, I mean, he was winning clear up until that point. He locked that armbar on, and hey, what can you say? You get into a tight armbar, you're gonna tap, or you're gonna lose the arm.
You either break some tendons or break an elbow.
That's Steve Jones losing via armbar from Brandon Poindexter. And that was our first professional fight of the night. It set the pace for a great evening of fights to come. Charlie Gathers against
Jason the Whip Willett. I was weird about this fight. I didn't know how it was going to take. Chuck didn't seem right. I know Chuck very, very well. He didn't seem like he was in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
Whip Willett seemed like there was no doubt in his mind he owned that cage, and there was no way Charlie Gathers was going to take it from him.
Yeah, when you meet people before the fight and you see their energy level, it can kind of tell you a lot about the night. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be people that aren't going to do anything before the fight. They're possibly just going to be laid back, maybe listening to some music. But Charlie didn't look in the right head. We ran into him before the fight, joked with him a little bit, and he seemed in his own little place. And you know what? That place was a good place for the madman. The Whip Willett, he looked like if you would have met him outside before the fight, you would have won. That guy's winning a fight tonight. And if you would have met Charlie, at the pub next door to the Isoplex, you would have just thought he was a normal guy enjoying a meal. But right here, like I did the pad a minute ago,
That all changed. First punch of the night. Charlie Gathers hit him with a left hook.
a bomb.
And instantly his eye just right up. And after that, I like you, Whip, but I think you were scared. You were hesitant every time Charlie moved. You flinched. And Chuck had control of the fight from there on out, and he ended it with a rear naked choke in the second round.
No hooks in, no hook choke. So it was almost a bulldog choke, you could call that. And correct me if I'm wrong on that, BJJ world. I'm an old judo guy. I don't know all the fancy names. If an arm goes around the head, it's a choke. Fancy, I don't know. But it looked like a bulldog choke.
It basically was. It really was.
So we have Charlie Gathers picking up a win in round 2 by a rear naked, by a rear bulldog, whatever you want to call it, over Jason the Whip Willett. The Whip will be back, and
He's taking a little break. He's taking a little break off. He said he wants to work a real job for a little bit. He's been training for 6 years straight at it. So
let's talk about one part with the Whip. In round 1, he did have a moment of brilliance where it looked like that was the Whip we were expecting to see. He managed to get, it was a back mount and mount on Charlie, and he was landing some shots. But Charlie
listened to his coach. When Jason Dignan's there to coach you, he is a robot. He will listen to everything Jason tells him to do, and he does it perfectly.
Exactly.
If Jason's not there, that's when Chuck loses. And it's a proven fact that's happened over and over again. But I'll tell you what, I know Willett's a slow starter, so I was expecting the second round of fireworks to come out. That's usually when Chuck kind of dies off a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, he pushes the pace constantly, but that's when his win takes place a little bit. But like I said, Chuck had something to burn with this one. I know they made it all up. They all hugged it out. Everything's good now. Fighting does solve everything. So it's all good.
I do want to say this, though. I do. In our segments when Albert and I are speaking, Albert and I sometimes disagree about things. I'm going to talk about Chuck's win. I think Chuck has excellent cardio all the way around.
He does, but he has a way of burning out in the later rounds because Chuck fights on emotion.
I'll give you
nothing
that.
else.
That drains you quicker than
Exactly.
just.
Once the emotion starts flowing through, you get drained quicker, and he's known to do it. I love Chuck. He's like a little brother to me. Trains hard, but I mean, he got the win. Good for him. But I mean, he needs to needs to fight off a little less emotion.
Yeah, the place that Madman was in, we need to see you there more often, and we're going to see more wins. And Willett, let's see you back soon. Nick Smiley against
Adam Milstead.
who wins this fight? Milstead by devastating knockout, round 1, and it was a knockout that just set him down.
I tell you, either one of those guys would have connected with the first 2 shots they'd thrown. The heads would have been out in the stands. They were swinging hard. These are guys that, well, I know, not Milstead. Smiley cut down 20 pounds just to make weight to get into the heavyweight bracket. He was good 25, 30 pounds over.
Yeah, definitely.
Milstead, we talked to him, you guys saw it. Great guy. He connected. When he connected, it was big. I saw Smiley later on. He reminded me of Sloth from Goonies. And later on, he was actually doing impersonations of it. His face from here was out to here. He definitely shattered something in his face. But I know those two were out. They were at the bar later on that night together.
Yeah, and what's interesting is when we spoke with Milstead after the fight, he was saying that Smiley was landing some leg kicks on him that were hitting hard, and a lot of people take leg kicks for granted. And we talk about this in the heavier weights, where you have someone, obviously there's more mass behind the strike, and they're going to hit harder. It just, it's nature. But we were taking it for granted that the leg kicks were bothering him.
Those leg kicks, I'll tell you what, go look at Smiley's Facebook page. He put a picture up. His leg might be broken right underneath the knee.
Milstead.
No, Smiley. Smiley's leg sticks out past his knee.
Okay, the reason I was saying was because we had Milstead saying that he didn't win.
Right.
So heavy leg kicks back and forth from both individuals, and Milstead just happened to be the one that landed that heavy strike to deliver the knockout. Mark Cherico, Luis Guerrera for an inaugural, I almost said inaugural featherweight belt. Make sure that's right, featherweight belt, definitely. What do we got here? We have...
It was a one-sided fight. Cherico controlled it from the get-go. He took him down, he beat him with elbows for 3 rounds. It was 15 minutes and nothing but I'm on top of you, elbowing you in the face.
We're missing 2 important segments to that. Groin shot 1, groin shot 2.
Yeah. In first round, we did have doing groin shots, like you heard from Cherico. One may have been intentional, may not have. I would hope it wasn't.
I think he was joking with us. I hope he was.
I think he was.
And the way he talks, like his personality is great, and I'm hoping that we got that expression on the video where he was like, "Was it?" And he raises the eyebrow with glasses.
Cherico's a good guy. He's going to move on far, and nothing against the other guy.
He took the fight on 3 weeks' notice. We do need to mention that.
And he was a strong guy. It's not that he wasn't trying for things. He was trying. I just think Cherico had a way better dominant stance in the ground. He was rooting himself into it. There was no way he was getting that weight off. Every time he tried to buck, he was eating an elbow.
Now, there has been, some people have been detracting from Cherico's striking game. They've been saying that he can't strike, and I think in the striking exchanges, he was winning there, too.
If you learned anything from tonight, like most people would have, never doubt the Pittsburgh Fight Club striker. Their coach, who you heard from earlier also, comes in from Ohio to teach him. Lightning fast hands, and all he does is teach how to knock people out.
Cherico wins featherweight belt, the inaugural belt. I think he's going to defend it soon. I think we're going to see...
I don't know if you'll see him defend it soon. I think he might get the call up to World Series or
really?
somewhere like
you
that.
Think he's... Okay, well, let's hope we get to see him defend it soon, or for his sake, let's hope, he does move on. We do want to talk about Pinnacle Fighting Championship.
It was great. It was a great card.
Great card, great fights, great hospitality.
Absolutely. Those
Matt
guys-
Layshaw, Dave Click, Joe Demore. I'm sorry I cut you off there. I had to do it because I was going to, it would have been Joe Layshaw, Matt Demore. I would have messed something up there.
Those guys were great. They gave us great seats, more than awesome to us. Let's do some interviews, let's film there. They were great guys, and can't wait I look forward to the next one. It's gonna be awesome.
They welcomed Cage Nation TV with open arms, and that's what we like to see. So great promotion, great people. Give a shout out to them, and if you're in the area or if you're willing to drive to the area, check out a Pinnacle Fighting Championship card.
Awesome. See you guys.
All right, take care, guys.
Let's go. Ah.